It's time to feel what you've been bottling up. Life in rural America isn't easy. The long hours, the constant pressures, the demands of the land, livestock, and family, it all takes a toll. We're tough and we've got grit, but somewhere along the way, toughness started meaning bottling up emotions and powering through. But here's the truth. That strategy, it's not working and it's poisoning us. Maybe you've noticed and maybe you haven't, but the numbers don't lie. We're breaking down and it's showing up in our bodies, our relationships, and in the rising suicide rates in agriculture. You don't have to carry any of it alone. There's another way. If you're ready to stop being weighed down and start moving forward, my one-on-one good movement guidance is now open. Visit the link in the show notes to learn more and see if one-on-one guidance could be for you.
I'll carry you, you carry me, we'll help each other through it. Come on and say good movement draws good movement.
Welcome to Good Movement Draws Good Movement, the podcast where farmers, ranchers, and rural folks can grow relationally through awareness, understanding, and effective communication. Hey, it's T. I'm your host, and I, along with my guests, will be covering topics related to drawing good movement. Things like self and social awareness, brain science, positive psychology, extending grace, and so much more. We'll share tools that can help you understand why you are the way you are, why others are the way they are, and how you can use that to step out of self-told lies with grace and compassion to draw good movement in conversations, relationships, and life in rural America. Let's go draw good movement. Welcome to the Good Movement Draws Good Movement podcast. This is actually a different sort of episode than what we've ever done because this is the first birthday of Good Movement Draws Good Movement. Can you believe that it's been one whole year since we started this little cast pod? I certainly can't. If you've been here since episode 1 or you're just tuning in for the very first time, I am so grateful for you. Today, we're going to celebrate the wins of the podcast, reflect on some of the most impactful episodes, and I've got a little giveaway in honor of this milestone. So stick around to the end to find out what's included and how to get entered to win. Again, it's hard to believe that this little cast pod has reached its first birthday. If you don't follow me on social media and you're confused as to why I'm calling it a cast pod, I have a good friend who is a regular listener and started calling it the cast pod and me, the cast pod lady. And so I've sort of just adopted that and I kind of like it. But when I first started Good Movement Draws Good Movement, I had no idea how much growth that it would bring, both for me and for those of you who listen. I mean, that was my hope. Like that's what I wanted to happen when I started the show, but I didn't know, And we've covered a lot of ground in this last year. The conversations that we've shared have been real and sometimes challenging, especially when I go ahead and record a solo show where I feel like I'm touching on a topic that's not talked about a lot, or I'm feeling a little salty when I record. Those are sometimes challenging, but they've also been so good. I want to give a huge thank you to you for showing up each week and listening, whether you're working cattle, driving your tractor, or on your way to town, wherever you listen. I'm just thankful for you and for listening. This would not be possible without you. If I got 0 downloads every week, I don't think that I would continue, but that's not the case. So I appreciate you. And truly, honestly, from the bottom of my heart, your messages and comments and reviews, they mean more to me than I can say. Some of your messages have literally brought me to tears with what you've gained from the podcast, or how you've felt seen, or how this episode or that episode has changed things for you or shifted your perspective. I love hearing from you guys. So keep it coming. I truly appreciate it. And I'm so honored and humbled that you guys reach out and share your stories with me. Now, we're going to take a little look back at the top 3 most popular episodes of this past year. How I decided they were the most popular is that they had the most downloads and the highest consumption rate. And consumption rate means that you guys listened to the end. And all 3 of these episodes had over 90% consumption rate. So basically, you listened till the outro music started playing. Actually, we don't have outro music. You listened till the outro started playing. But the first episode, the most popular episode, is episode 3. And that was the first episode that Tom came on. And it remains one of the most listened to episodes. Like, people go back and I don't know if they go back and listen, or newcomers, when they decide what they're going to listen to first. You guys like that episode. In that episode, we talked about how self-awareness has helped our marriage. We opened up about the Enneagram and becoming more self-aware, and how that plus honest conversations and understanding our own way of being and learning how to communicate has brought us so much closer. And you guys like Tom. You really like Tom. You like Tom so much so that I'm like, should I have him on every episode? But you know what? I like doing solo episodes. You're going to continue to get a mix of both. But I would be lying if I didn't say I had a little bit of a complex those first few episodes that he was on, when they had way higher download rates than my solo episodes. The second most popular episode of this last year is episode 6, Rethinking Mental Health with Ashley Machado. Ashley is a friend of mine, and she has helped me immensely in my own mental health journey. And in this episode, she was actually the first guest other than Tom. And in this episode, she shared her insights on mental health in agriculture and gave us some really tangible ways that we can help fill our mental health toolbox. It's episode 6, and all of these episodes will be listed in the show notes. If you're like, wait, I don't think I heard that one, go back and listen to that one. It's a good one. Episode 25. Remember when I was talking about episodes that I recorded that I was feeling a little salty about, or it's a topic that we don't normally talk about, and those are tougher ones for me to record? This is one of those. The thick skin myth and how we view emotions in rural America. This one, it has a special place in my heart because it challenges the idea that showing emotion is a weakness, especially in our rural communities. The idea came to me when I saw a meme on the internet about being a sensitive snowflake. And I could not talk about this because, yes, while we may not be sensitive snowflakes in agriculture, is having a thick skin better? I'm not sure. We talked about the myth of the thick skin and how embracing vulnerability and emotional expression is actually a sign of strength. And at the end of that episode, there's an exercise for feeling your emotions through and feeling your feelings through, where they come in and out of your body in 90 seconds or less. And so if you have not listened to episode 25, it's in the top 3 of the most downloaded, best consumption rate of the last year for all the episodes I've recorded. But also episode 25 is my number 1, in my opinion. That is the episode that I am the most proud of. So now that we've run down the most popular episodes, it's time for some more thank yous, because I could not have made it this far without some of the incredible people behind the scenes. First, a huge thank you goes out to Jill Carr and her team, Jill Carr Podcasting. They keep this show on track every week. And I couldn't do it without Jill. This cast pod literally would not happen without Jill and her team. So, Jill, I am so incredibly grateful for you. Team, I am so incredibly grateful for you. And then I want to give it a special shout out to the amazing songwriter who created our theme song, Aaron Espy. And we had him on the podcast last winter. I don't remember what episode number it is, but we did like a little behind the music sort of episode. But every time that intro music plays, I personally cannot help but smile. Aaron's talent has set the tone for this podcast. I literally have received messages from folks saying that when they hear the theme song start playing, they feel immediately calm, which is what we're going for. That's what we were going for when we worked together on this song. And I'm just so grateful for Aaron and his contribution to the show. Now, let's get into the giveaway. I mean, like, what's a birthday without presents? And for this milestone, I'm giving away a few things that I hope you'll find super valuable. The first thing is a container of Wonder Cow colostrum powder. I add that to my kefir every morning, and it has helped me heal my guts. So I have good movement in the way that some people think of good movement. And you know what? It's also helped me, it's healed my guts. So good movement in the way that some people think of it, but also with my immunity. I, at the time of this recording, have not been sick with more than a minor scratchy throat and a minor stuffy nose since I started taking it in October of last year. So regardless whether it's a placebo effect or not, which I don't think it is, I'm not willing to stop taking it because of the results that I've seen in my health. And also, my nails grow long, which is kind of annoying because I like to keep them short. And so I have to trim them a lot. But my hair also, I have not had the split ends that I used to have. So this giveaway is going to contain 1 container of Wonder Cow colostrum powder. The second is a choice between 2 of my favorite books. The first option is The Myth of Normal by Dr. Gabor Mate. And the second option is The Principles of Training by Warwick Schiller. When I draw the name, if it's your name drawn, you get to choose which of those 2 books you get. You get one or the other. And the third thing is a free 1-hour guidance call with me. You can come to this call if there's something that you've been wanting to work on or think through or talk through, or you just need a safe space to talk. This is where we can do that. In order to get entered to win, all you need to do is share something about Good Movement Draws Good Movement, the podcast, on social media and tag me in your post or story. If you want to let me know how the podcast has impacted you, if you want to share your favorite episode, whatever it is that you want to share, if you tag me in the post within the next week of this podcast episode going live, this episode goes live on November 5th, and you have between today, November 5th, and next Tuesday, November 12th, to share. That's how you get entered. And then I will, at random, choose a winner. I will send you a message, and then you can pick your book and we can set up a time for the call, and I will get your address to mail you the book and the colostrum. I cannot wait to see all the entries, and I can't wait for you to get this stuff because it's great. I just can't believe it's been 1 year, and I am beyond excited for what's ahead. We have more interviews in store, more deep dives into emotional well-being and communication and mental health, and just more conversations that help us all grow and draw good movement in our relationships and lives. Thank you again for being part of this journey with me. Here is to another year of growth, joy, and connection. With that, until next time, draw good movement. Thanks so much for tuning in. I'm so grateful for you. If you found value in this episode, I'd love for you to share with others who might also benefit from tuning in. Share by word of mouth, send it in a text, take a screenshot and post it on social media, or share however you prefer. And if you haven't already, hit the follow or subscribe button so you never miss an episode. Until next time, draw good movement.